Is YouTube on? Is it working? Is YouTube back? Jesse, is YouTube on?
I think so.
Okay, good. I was getting nervous. Imagine a world with no YouTube. It would be terrible. It would not be...
Wonderful, wonderful.
This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-HOLES!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-HOLES, 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 MMA-HOLES. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-HOLES, 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 MMA-HOLES.
No way.
From the Aunts and Uncles Studios of Arizona, Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, I've got blue balls. Israel Adesanya in the news, and we have Felder versus Dos Anjos this Saturday night. MMA news with the MMA-HOLES. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hello, the Wednesday Show, Season 4, Episode number 40. 40. How you doing, Jesse?
Wonderful, wonderful, Moss. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful.
I am wonderful, wonderful. We have the beautiful mountains behind us once
Can
again.
you just tilt the... No. Just tilt... No. You don't have to scoot over. Just tilt the back of your chair over. You stay in the screen. Chair goes out.
You know,
What do you think of my garlic knot?
it's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It feels good to be here in the Arizona mountains. You know, it's nice weather today, so it's going to be a great show. And I have a problem that men have to deal with, Jesse. I have
Prostate?
prostate cancer. No, blue balls. I have blue balls because, yes, the fight is happening, and then Dana White says the fight's not happening, and my testicles are swollen and they're blue. I don't know, am I going to get this fight? Am I not going to get this fight? I can't take it anymore, and I'm about to kill somebody. Probably not going to kill anybody, but I want to kill somebody. I want to stab someone in the face. Myself, you, the audience. Make this fight happen. Let's go. I do not understand what in the holy hell is going on here. Why can't we get this thing together? Is it because of the whole Fight Island? Is it because December is kind of with Amanda Nunes pulling out, and maybe Conor wants to get on before the year is up? I don't know what it is, but why can't we put this damn fight together?
Well, it's not going to be this year because Dustin signed for January 23rd or 27th or whatever the fuck it is. He signed for that date. He didn't sign for this year. Because if he signed for this year, then Conor would have signed immediately.
So are you saying that Dustin signed for the January date, but Conor still wants to fight this year, or what's going on?
I don't know what Conor wants to do. I don't know. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's date. Maybe it's something. It's definitely something. I just don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either. This is unbelievable. Is Conor ever coming back? I mean, a lot of people out there are saying he's never coming back. It's all hogwash and number one bullshit.
This is number one bullshit.
Is it number one bullshit, Jesse?
This is number one bullshit.
I mean, what in the hell is going on here? I've been refreshing the Twitter feeds, looking for answers on the Dustin Poirier side and Conor McGregor side, Dana White, the UFC, and we get all over the news a couple of days ago that this is happening. This is going down. This fight is happening in January. They have the date. Everything's ready to go. Dustin Poirier's signed, and now all of a sudden Dana's like, wait, pump the brakes. Nope.
Let's check ARIEL real quick.
Man, all I want, Jesse. I just want my Conor back.
Nothing yet, Moss.
I've been waiting forever, Jesse. It's been since January. Conor McGregor bashed Cowboy Cerrone's face in with his shoulder. A thing of beauty. It lasted, what, under a minute? That's all we got. That was it. And now here we are in November. The UFC has been holding him back. He wants to fight this year. Amanda Nunes is not fighting in December. And now Aljamain Sterling versus Piotr Jan is the main event. Oh, Jesse, my balls are so blue because I miss him so much. I miss McGregor. We need McGregor. Please, come back. Oh.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The only man that can save us, Jesse, is Kevin Lee.
It's true.
And he so happens to be in the chat. So Kevin Lee in the chat, help us here. Maybe you can bring the UFC back, you know, with that new tattoo on your head. Maybe you can be the new Black McGregor. Kevin Lee, are you out there? Save us, Kevin Lee. Save us, Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee says we're beyond help.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. So what do we do, Jess?
I say we wait. Listen, it's going to happen. It's pretty clear it's going to happen. The fact that we thought Dustin Poirier was the problem and now Dustin Poirier is the first one to have signed leads me to believe that this is 100% going to happen. They're just waiting to negotiate whatever the fuck it is Conor McGregor has issues with, which always gets worked out between Dana and Conor. So I wouldn't worry. Just be patient. It'll happen.
Patient? I waited almost a year now. Since last January, Justin. December's right around the corner. We need answers. Chat room, what is the fate of a one Conor McGregor?
Highfield says, who knocked up Nunes? No, it's her wife that got knocked up. Black LOL McGregor, it's the date. Planes flying low. CRIS, real low.
I know.
Patience Danielson says, wanna be Uncle Johnny Smith. CN laughing in the chat. KC Jones laughing in the chat. Hotfield says, what the fuck? P Dizzle says, Kevin Lee will destroy Chandler before JBH does because he's too fast. Islam better run before Kevin. Tax that ass. I'm getting it. Izzy looks like Todd Bridges in the thumbnail. Moss has to shave his head or it won't happen. Moss did shave his head. Frumcha says, McGregor gonna make us wait months and months for another 40-second fight. Trippin' Hippie says Conor and Poirier will fight. Uncle Mike says patients are overrated. Heavy Micro Grow, Nunes got cuckolded?
Cuckold?
He said
right.
cuckolded.
Give me the story, Jesse, please.
All right. According to ESPN's Ariel Helwani, Dana White says that Dustin Poirier signed the bout agreement to face McGregor. The Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier rematch is inching closer to reality. Poirier has signed a bout agreement to fight in January 23rd's main event of UFC 257 versus McGregor. UFC President Dana White confirmed this to ESPN's Brett Okamoto. The fight will take place at 155 pounds. White said that McGregor was sent the bout agreement on Tuesday but has yet to sign it. McGregor, sources said, verbally agreed to the fight last month and is not expected to be a hurdle in making the bout a reality. The UFC was having a hard time recently coming to terms with Poirier, according to sources, so much so that there had even been internal discussions to book McGregor against someone else.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
1, 2.
Oh my God.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
John Jones, crash the show. 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 John Jones, crash the show.
Lolololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololololol
So
Wonderful.
Well, thank you. By the way, there's Devin Clark over there. He's fighting Anthony Smith. We're trying to get him on the show. We'll reach out again. Maybe Devin is big timing us. I don't know. I see him training over there in Jackson Wink. I'm sure he's got a lot going on. So hopefully we can get him on. That'd be fun to talk about his big upcoming fight.
all right.
Thank you, Choo Choo motherfuckers. Oh, wait, speaking of Choo Choo,
Yeah.
what if this, Jesse? What about this? Let me fix the situation. Artem Lobov. Let's bring him back to the UFC, Jesse. I mean, he's fighting in some weird ass. Wasn't he fighting in like Switzerland or something? Let's bring Artem back and have him headline the December card. Or
Did you hit your head this morning?
What? What? The only man that can save this situation. I tried to reach out to Kevin Lee over there. Kevin Lee has declined. So the next best thing, Artem the GOAT Lobov. By the way, Jason Knight, who's fighting in these local scenes too. Why don't you make Artem Jason Knight headline? I mean, two of the greatest of all time.
Jason Knight said that he left the UFC for good. Like he's not going back into the UFC.
What kind of world do you live in? He's been saying all over social media he wants back.
Oh really?
Yeah, even John Anik was like
As of
bring him
late?
back. Yes. Jason Knight, he's fighting in like Joe Schmoville.
Well,
Jason Knight, Artem Lobov.
I mean it's a fun fight because we've seen him.
Let's
fight
go. Bring him back into the UFC and make him dance together. I mean, Artem Lobov is the only way we can save this year. COVID-19 is here, and the reason why COVID-19 is here is because Artem Lobov is not on the UFC roster.
COVID-19.
Think about this. If Lord Lobov was there, no one would have to wear masks. He's overrated. AM, what in the holy hell have you... Are you out of your fucking mind? Artem Lobov is the greatest. AM. Everyone, look at that red dot in the chat. A person, thing, period, not sure what that dot is. AM. Take it back.
Wonderful.
Look, see, the goats are coming in, Jess.
I don't like your little bun top, plus it's crooked, plus you
No.
look like the elves in the Willow movie,
No.
plus moss balls are blue, plus you almost killed YouTube, plus congratulations on having a Moskin.
Well, now that you don't like it, I'm gonna do it more often. So you just did that to yourself, buddy.
Man, I don't know. All right, thank you. It's not me. It isn't
comb
you.
Moss's beard with the bun.
I'm just trying to find answers tonight, Jesse, on the Wednesday show. I mean, it's hump day. Now, granted, we have a great, fun main event coming up, RDA versus Felder. That should be fireworks, right? I just need my McGregor. Anything else in this story?
The booking means McGregor will return to action a little over a year after his last fight. A 40-second TKO win over Donald Cerrone on January 18th. That was supposed to be one of several fights for McGregor this year. However, the pandemic and issues with the UFC halted those plans. McGregor was also frustrated earlier this year that he briefly announced his retirement on social media. He'll finally return to action against an opponent he defeated at UFC 178 via first-round TKO, Dustin Poirier.
All right. Well, no answers. So we're just going to leave this in front of you. We're going to dangle this in front of your faces. Blue balls. All right.
I'm sure we'll have answers soon.
All right. Let's move on.
So going back up, Paul Felder,
Or Michael Bisping?
yes, that one. I don't know why it's not on my
I don't know.
Hold up, Moss. I'm unprepared.
Yeah, you're fired.
All right. Oh, you know why? Because I did this on my phone. I did the last one on my phone.
It's okay. Michael Bisping, the one-eyed former champion.
All right. So according to MMA Junkies Farrah Hannon, your favorite, Moss.
Oh, Maryland.
Sure. UFC Hall of Famer Michael Bisping is set to play the lead role in a boxing movie, The Journeyman. Have you heard of this movie coming out, Moss?
Buddy. Yeah, it's going to be great.
All right. Former UFC middleweight champ Michael Bisping will serve as the lead in the boxing movie The Journeyman, an adaptation of British author Mark Turley's book. According to Deadline, Bisping will play Kenny the Beast Breen, an alcoholic, drug-abusing, past his prime journeyman boxer with a record of 11-85-0, who, after being diagnosed with neurological damage, continues his career on the small hall circuit to grave risk to himself.
This movie is going to be like straight to DVD type deal, right? Is that what's happening here?
I don't know. The film will be shot in the UK, with Bisping set as an an executive producer alongside Turley and Dax Phelan directing the movie. Bisping has been featured in notable films, Triple X, Return of Xander Cage.
That was amazing.
And Den of Thieves.
Oh, yes.
As well as television series such as Magnum P.I.
Oh, I did see him in, wait, what movie? He was like a security guard in a movie that I watched not that long ago.
Well, he also did a series called Twin Peaks, The Return.
Oh, that's what it was. Twin Peaks, I'm sorry.
Warrior.
He was in Warrior?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Did he play a fighter?
I'm assuming it was probably a cameo.
Why do
spot.
I not remember him in Warrior? Is great.
I'm sure it was like a cameo spot. Like he came in as one of the opponents or something.
Was a Glass Joe movie. Was he a fighter in Warrior? I don't remember. Man, Warrior was great. That's like, to me, the best MMA movie. I love it.
I couldn't
About
get through
two
it.
brothers destined to fight
Oh
each
yeah,
other.
that one I could. I was thinking of that TV show you were making me watch.
Yeah, I can't even understand that you didn't like that show. That's
was the show
nuts.
called?
Kingdom.
Kingdom.
She watched like 2 episodes or 1.5 episodes of Kingdom. It's on Netflix now.
I'm usually open
great.
to everything, but that one for some reason just couldn't grasp my attention.
Oh my God, Kingdom's
But
so good.
You know what? I was talking to the receptionist at your doctor's office, and
Yeah.
she's like really into MMA. Her husband's super into MMA.
Okay.
And she said that she tried watching it too. She got 4 episodes in and just couldn't. And she
What?
usually gets really into those things.
Wow, Kingdom is great.
Yeah.
That's so strange. I mean, I didn't see the last season, but oh shit.
Gonna smash. Gonna smash.
I'm gonna beat everybody.
Gonna smash.
I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody.
I'm gonna smash everybody.
Evil Bill smashing.
I'm late, but now I'm here. Fucking Gaylord Tube. That is all.
Gaylord 2.
Thank you, Evil Bill. Yeah, YouTube was all banged out for a while.
Hopefully, this whatever they were doing, I'm hoping it was a purge.
And they got rid of all those gooks.
All the porn bots. I hope
the sexy gooks.
The freaking porn bots. I don't know if any of you guys noticed. I'm sure some of you have. After every show, in our comment section, it's just like spammed with porn bots. So I'm hoping.
What kind of porn bots?
Well,
Jesse?
I heard that a lot of live streamers are actually dealing with this, not just us. Like, they're going after every live streamer, these bots.
Sexy gook
They're
bots.
like flooding every channel.
But
So
in fairness, they're not. It's not just. I mean, it's every channel out
yeah,
there is getting it.
They're flooding all the channels. So I think that's why they did the purge. I think they're trying to get rid of all.
Yeah, it's weird.
All the porn bots.
It's like, let me delete. All right, I'll rub it out. Delete. All right, okay. delete. I'm not sure what the reasoning is, but it's even on Justin's channel, it's crazy. It's nuts. All right, back to Michael Bisping. I'm just gonna go out on a limb. Hopefully, it's good. That'd be great if he's in a good movie. But I'm gonna say this movie's gonna be terrible. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this movie will be. Mark my words. This will be a terrible movie. What do you think? You think it's gonna turn out to be a good one?
I don't know.
It's not gonna be good.
Maybe.
Nope. Not good. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, Michael Bisping's going to lay an egg with this thing. We're not even going to know when it's released. It's going to suck. It's going to suck, right, Dana?
This fight's gonna suck.
See? All right.
All right. Paul Felder explains his decision to step in on short notice against Rafael dos Anjos at UFC Vegas 14 Moss. According to MMA Fighting's Jed Meshew, on Sunday, the main event of UFC Vegas 14 suffered a catastrophic blow when Islam Makhachev was forced out of his planned bout with Rafael dos Anjos. But after scrambling to find a replacement fighter on 5 days' notice, the UFC came through with flying colors, replacing the 12th-ranked Makhachev with the 7th-ranked lightweight contender Paul Felder.
He didn't even blink taking this fight, by the way.
Yes.
And what was he? He was training for like a triathlon or something.
From my understanding, someone said he was doing some biking shit.
Yeah, I think it was a triathlon, and he's in amazing shape. So that's kind of crazy, the timing.
Well, Felder said this. He said, "I thought about it, and I decided with everything going on in the world and all the sad things going on in people's lives and losing their jobs and suffering, and we just lost Alex freaking Trebek to pancreatic cancer. I was like, man, you know you're still."
Wait. How does it? Where's Alex Trebek play into this?
Well, it's just another shitty thing that happened, I think.
So
So he's getting at the fact like all these shitty things are happening.
Can you rewind and just back? Just what did he say?
He said, I thought about it, and I decided with everything going on in the world and all the sad things going on in people's lives and losing their jobs and suffering.
Hold on a second. Okay.
Wonderful.
It's me. It is me.
I don't like your moss hook, plus it's crooked, plus you look like a 1900s sideshow strongman, plus congratulations on a Jessican.
Okay, I'm assuming that's D-Rest, right? Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I appreciate it.
He did the same thing he did to me, just opposite.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so get back to that statement.
All right. I thought about it and I decided with everything going on in the world and all the sad things going on in people's lives and losing their jobs and suffering, and we just lost Alex freaking Trebek to pancreatic cancer, I was like, man, you know you're still 36, you're young, you're in shape, save
I
the
don't
date.
understand how Alex Trebek plays into this. Is it me, or is this a little bizarre? Now, this man's one of the voices of the UFC now. Like, this guy, you would think he'd be able to put something together here. Do you think he's got CTE? Where does Alex Trebek play? Now,
well,
it sucks that he died, but Jesus.
Maybe the Alex Trebek loss hit him, and maybe that's a shitty thing that happened in his life.
Listen, man, Alex Trebek, I'm going to take this fight on short notice for you, buddy. What is Paul Felder taking this fight? Because you took an L, and I'm going to take a W this weekend. And when I get on that mic after this fight and I beat RDA, I'm going to shout out Alex Trebek. That was for you, Alex Trebek. That was for you. Oh, Trebek, I hope you were watching up there, because I beat his fucking face in for you for $200.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Do you feel better?
So he's gonna do this for Alex Trebek.
No, he's saying all the shitty things going on in the world, he wants to do this to he wants to capitalize on the fact that he's still young and in good shape and stuff like that, and he just kind of wants to give people an escape.
I can see the promos now.
Tune in Saturday night. Paul Felder will take the octagon on short notice to fight for Alex Trebek's honor. That's right, Alex Trebek is dead, but Paul Felder is still alive, and he is going to beat up some RDA. Will it happen? ESPN Plus.
Wonderful, wonderful.
For one thing, weight. Felder is a large lightweight, and despite the short notice nature of his bout, he has agreed to make the 155-pound weight limit on Friday. That's not a lot of time for what normally is a difficult process, but Felder says that the only reason he was even in a position to accept this fight is because he's currently close to fighting shape, a byproduct of triathlon training. The question remains, though,
I heard he was sparring with some bicycles.
why not just have the fight at a catch weight? Though Dos Anjos won the UFC title in the lightweight division, he has fought at 170 pounds for the past 3 years. Given the short notice nature of the bout, it would seemingly make sense to have it contested at 170 pounds instead. However, Felder says that fighting at lightweight was a requirement for accepting the fight.
Okay, well, it's nice that he stepped in. It's a good replacement. Actually, like I said before, I like it better than Makhachev. I think this Felder fight should be pretty fiery, and if he gets the win, that'd be something else. Especially if you're an Alex Trebek fan, you know? Okay.
Okay. Why Dustin Poirier is the last man in the UFC who can beat Conor McGregor.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Basically, the writer, Scott Harris of the Bleacher Report, is suggesting that everyone else can beat Conor McGregor before Dustin Poirier can.
Okay, so he is the best matchup, he's saying.
No.
For Conor, if you're a Conor fan.
If you are a Conor fan and you want to see Conor win, then give him Dustin Poirier is basically what he's saying.
I feel that's kind of a casual kind of statement. Because Conor won already and he knocked him out and yada,
well,
yada, yada.
here's his reasons. Now, this is according to Scott Harris of Bleacher Report. He said, I'll tell you.
All right.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Uncle Mark.
You're saying it all wrong. It's Alex freaking Trebek.
Alex freaking Trebek. Thank you.
What
Uncle
did I
Mark.
say?
Appreciate it. It's Alex freaking Trebek, Jesse. So next time we got to say it right.
All right.
So he is okay.
So what do we talk about when we talk about Conor McGregor? You know the laundry list, and you know that his social media foot fights, including most recently with Dustin Poirier, are far more likely to break out than an actual one. Thankfully, on Tuesday night in MMA World, got to talk about the latter with a rematch purportedly on the cusp of happening between McGregor and Poirier, per ARIEL Helwani of ESPN. While McGregor has not yet signed the deal, he tweeted his willingness a few weeks back.
He verbally agreed.
Betting sites have McGregor as a healthy -200 favorite to handle the Louisianan. But Scott Harris of Bleacher Report is here to tell you
Wonderful, wonderful.
Uncle Savage.
How goddamn dare you, Moss? How can you believe that Bisping, who was in 30 the return of Xander Cage with the greatest actor ever, Vin Diesel? I demand that you apologize right fucking now. Also, Pulse watches the WNBA.
Oh, man. Does he really?
What's wrong with watching the WNBA?
Watching the WNBA is it's a reason for punishment. You should not watch that.
But if Pulse gets enjoyment out of it, like, why bash him for it?
I went to high school with Shamiqua Holsclaw, who was an a WNBA superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played basketball. She whipped my ass. But with that being said, it's unwatchable. It really is.
Well, to you. But if someone else gets enjoyment out of it, then why don't you just let them?
When was the last time you watched the WNBA?
I didn't say I do.
Have you ever?
I'm defending Pulse.
Okay, but have you ever watched it?
I watched it once because I went. One of my roommates in college was a college basketball player, and she was trying to get into the. I don't really like basketball, so I didn't really have thoughts.
Now, if little Ellie gets into it, I'll watch it. That'll be my reason. And if I'm related to someone that plays,
she probably will because
then I'll
like
watch.
Basketball.
But oh my, it is not good. It is not. It's the lowest form of basketball, Jesse.
I mean, listen.
With that being said, I lost to a WNBA player.
I don't kill people for doing or watching things that bring them some semblance of
Listen, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying, I'm just stating a fact.
It's hard to find happiness in this world.
That's right.
Let them watch
do whatever
WNBA.
makes you happy, of course.
All right, so Scott Harris is here to tell you that the underdog in Poirier has a legitimate chance to defeat the world-famous Irishman. Not only that, but Poirier now has the best chance to defeat McGregor, with kind of but not really arguable lightweight GOAT Khabib Nurmagomedov announcing his retirement, of anyone on the UFC roster. It's always a bit surreal to remember that the 32-year-old McGregor has only 3 MMA fights in the past 4 years. He went 2-1 in that stretch.
12. There he is! He's back! McGregor! Evil Bill! Robot 12! Oh my God, I'm gonna cry! He's back! Oh! Yes! Proper the return! Yes! Proper 12! Proper 12!
Sorry, got excited there. Just.
I'll take drinking with Conor for 30 Alex freaking Trebek.
I'll take your mother's. Thank you, Evil Bill. Appreciate it. That was wonderful, wonderful. Man, talk about a gem of a donation. Evil Bill with the 30. Man, oh man.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Everyone dropped the WWs for Evil Bill. All right, back into the story.
All right, Conor went 2-1 in that stretch, with the wins being his double champ victory over Eddie Alvarez and a drubbing of fan fave Donald Cerrone earlier this year. So the quality was there.
Oh, shit. They're not letting you get through this story, Jesse. It's Joe Louis. Joe Louis. Wow, the legend, Joe Louis.
I'll take when does Michael Chandler have his first fight for 500 Alex?
Yikes.
Please, whatever donation comes in tonight, can we all put it together like that? That's amazing. That and the previous Evil Bill one. If you're gonna donate, let's in honor of Alex Trebek. I mean, listen, gone too soon.
Poirier has both. In the same time frame, the Louisianan went 6-1-1. His only loss in that stretch, Nurmagomedov. The victims, Anthony Pettis, Justin Gaethje, Alvarez, Max Holloway, Dan Hooker, and Jim Miller. That's pretty good. There are 4 champions on that list. He's 10-2-1 since returning to lightweight after 3 years of mixed results down at featherweight. The weight class change is an important piece of the puzzle, because when the two first fought, it happened at featherweight. McGregor flattened Poirier in under 2 minutes, but Poirier has said repeatedly that he suffered through horrendous weight cuts to reach the 145-pound weight limit, to the point he viewed the cut as more daunting than the fight itself.
That's correct.
Weight cuts are also notoriously rough on the chin, so the scales, if you will, are perhaps more even now.
You know whose chin it wasn't tough on, Jesse?
Who?
Connor.
So, a clear edge in experience and activity go to Poirier, but that doesn't settle the question of why Poirier is going to beat McGregor. Never let it be forgotten that McGregor is simply a brilliant fighter, particularly because of the stand-up phase and the morning star attached to the end of his left arm.
I like this guy. This writer is my favorite writer, Jesse.
McGregor is so much more than the left hook, though.
That's
he
right.
knows exactly when and how to mix in a full array of kicks, which are more illustrative of the fighting computer he careers around upstairs.
Give this man some proper 12, please.
Then-
I like this man.
Than any other.
Oh, matey, I like Jesse. Find this man's address and give him some proper 12. Oh, mate.
All right.
My foot was up
Around
on my own.
upstairs than any single devastating combination or knockout shot. He just has a very deep bag of tricks, shoulder strikes. It's probably why a back of the napkin analysis might suggest that Poirier will want to take that match to the ground. There's some validity there, as McGregor has suffered all 4 of his pro losses by submission. But let's be clear, McGregor is not the limp fish most people picture once the action goes horizontal.
What?
Basically saying McGregor's not as bad on the ground as you think.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to put it.
McGregor's ground game isn't always flashy or aggressive, only 1 career submission win, but it is steady and calculated, a useful tool he can use at least to get back on his feet. Although McGregor's takedown defense has never been impenetrable, it's a solid but unspectacular 70% per UFC statistics. Against Nurmagomedov, it was good enough to stop 4 of 7 takedown attempts.
That's right. 4 of 7 takedowns stopped by Conor. The chin has never been cracked in a way where he went to sleep. Now, maybe he's been choked out a couple of times, but other than that, he has never been knocked out, this man. 45, 55, 70, never.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'll take why in the hell did JBH stick her finger in Moss ass for 300, Alex? Seriously, I think I'm not alone in wanting to know. Poor Moss. I think I might go points Moss on fourth.
Thank you. That is a terrible.
God.
I do not want to relive that terrible moment. Thank you.
All right.
Mr. Savage.
Now, Conor against Gaethje, much more Bollywood than McGregor for his defensive wrestling.
Bollywood?
Bollywood.
Oh.
Stopped only 1 attempt out of 3. So it's not enough to point out that Poirier has 7 submission wins. McGregor has 4 submission losses, and that's that. Unlike the Irishman, Poirier is a gunfighter on the ground. At all times, he's hunting and fishing for submissions, sometimes to his strategic detriment. McGregor is an opportunistic grappler who could take advantage of such things.
You know,
Oh, shit. Look
I
out.
just feel so special.
Uh-oh, it's the Uncle Champ.
I've got a special face. Attention is short, bust to outer space. Mind in a special place. GSP abducted me, I'm from an alien race. Special face.
Oh, it's special.
Special face. Special face.
Wow. Wow.
I'll take Conor McGregor knocks out Dustin P. Head Poirier for 500, Alex.
That's right, Uncle Champ. You listen. We're partying. We're getting ready. We're saddling
What's
up.
with all the Alex shit?
It's an honor.
The last 5 donations, I'll take this
Proper
for
12.
Alex.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Uncle Mark is back in business with the 30. Brought back Conor. He brought him back.
Proper Irish whiskey.
It's gonna be long night.
Proper 12.
Proper 12. Holy moly.
I'll take Dustin is gonna get beat by Conor for damn sure for 30, Alex.
Rest in peace, Alex Trebek. Wow. The people are firing away tonight on a Wednesday night. Oh, it's funny.
All right, now I want to give another shout out to Scott Harris from Bleacher Report for this analysis, because this is not my opinion. This is all his.
Scott Harris.
Scott Harris, Bleacher Report.
He's going to be my new co-host. Scott Harris. I like this guy.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Fake Justin.
Congratulations to Real Justin Jr. for getting out of YouTube Jai.
Woo.
No more shenanigans, Jr. 2 more times and you'll be a felon just like Charles.
That
you go.
happens.
Very nice. Are we still doing his show? What's happening? Justin,
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
when is that? It's supposed to be tomorrow? I told him to remind us. Oh my God, Uncle! Yes! Ah, yes! The GOAT! The Spider Silver! Oh my God, it's been a minute! It's been a minute! Oh, look at him go! I'll never forget that guitar.
I'll take the WNBA holes for 200, Alex.
The WNBA holes.
Oh, God.
Thank you. Wow. Wow. Uncle Lovell coming in. Rest in peace, Mr. Trebek.
Thursday, 1 p.m. Arizona time, Moss.
Okay. All right.
All right. Now.
So should we tell everyone to go over there? Wait, so what is this?
Is it live or a premiere?
What's happening? Should I wear a suit? How does this work? Like, how should I dress for this? Justin. Go subscribe to Justin Jr., the MMA Genie, who will be having a special guest tomorrow.
He said live. It's live, Moss. It's live.
We're doing it live. Okay. Main channel live. So that's 1 p.m. for us, and that would be
We should do it naked. Oh, no, he's a kid. Just kidding.
Wow, Jess.
I was going to...
Right now, Alex Trebek is rolling over in his grave.
I forgot he was underage.
All right, go subscribe, hit the notification bell. Justin's going to be live with a really great duo. Okay, back to this.
Now, Scott Harris went on to say, Moss, and you're going to love this. As for striking, the opposite holds true as well. Poirier's footwork has improved by leaps and bounds over the past few years, giving him more options and better defense in the stand-up phase. His instinct is to wade in and duke it out, but he has remarkable instincts inside the phone booth that go way beyond brawling. But here's the real rub on the stand-up phase, and it could be a huge one for McGregor.
He really spent a lot of time in this article, this guy.
But it makes sense, Moss. He's a southpaw. Poirier seems to have difficulty with that. It's a big reason why McGregor's left hand was such an effective finisher in their first meeting. It's why Poirier once got flatlined by Michael Johnson, a fighter as middling as he is left-handed. But here's what I think, or what Scott Harris thinks, will be Poirier's ace in the hole more so than any stylistic advantage or disadvantage: cardio. It's never easy to go beat for beat with Holloway, as Poirier did in taking a 5-round decision last year. It was impressive to watch him find the stamina to finish Gaethje in the closing rounds of the 4th round of a grueling affair that earned Fight of the Night honors. Although Poirier struggled with it earlier in his career, cardio and everything else gained serious amplitude since he relocated to the gold standard American Top Team gym.
If Dustin Poirier gets knocked out again, that'd be terrible for Dustin Poirier. Like, that would ruin his life.
Yeah. Cardio is always an Achilles heel for a high-octane, fast-twitch athlete like McGregor. If he can keep his spurs from jangling, Poirier should be able to neutralize and deplete McGregor, racking up minutes on the ground and pounding the ribcage with knees and working for the neck all the while. Time is on Poirier's side, pure and simple. If this does go down on January 23rd, it will have been a year since McGregor has faced live ammunition. For Poirier, it will have been half that. Poirier is too smart not to fight a smart fight. McGregor will be as rusty as the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz, and Poirier will show the audience he has brains to spare. Then fight fans and McGregor fans will have something new to talk about.
So I think the big story would be this, the lead up to the fight. And my theory was, let's just assume this is happening in January. And I do have a really good feeling it will. Mm-hmm. I believe that McGregor's not going to wait any longer than January to come back. And the people doubting that he is going to come back, he will come back, Connor. There is not a doubt in my mind. With this all being said, the mental warfare is something that was a big part of the first fight. Yes. It wasn't a fact, the factor that Connor knocked him out. It was the lead up. You can tell that Poirier was just not fully there. Whether you want to say it was the weight cut or whatever, he lost before he even got in the cage.
Yes,
I'm thinking that Connor might be way more respectful this time. Do what he did to Cowboy.
That's not happening.
Just to throw Dustin Poirier off.
Why would he do that?
If Connor comes in there saying, I'm going to knock this pea head out, do the whole same fucking song and dance as the last time, you got to think Poirier is going to expect that. So he would completely throw him for a loop if he's just like, nothing but respect. Does that whole, bullshit that he did with Cowboy, lures him in, baits him in, like he's a good man, this and that, and Poirier's gonna be like, oh yeah, I am a good man, and then knocks him the fuck out.
Here's why I disagree with you. Poirier is clearly a sensitive dude, and Conor knows that. And
he's very sensitive.
Conor is also very calculated when it comes to marketing his fights, and since it's been a year since his last fight, he's well aware that he can't just be nice to everyone and throw them for a loop in order to kind of throw the the opponent off. He knows that people don't like that. People like Conor because Conor is fucking out there. He's shot out of a cannon. He's disrespectful.
Well,
he throws shade at every opponent that he has except for Cowboy Cerrone. So I don't see him doing that.
He's back! Evil Bill! Evil Bill does it again! The 30!
Proper whiskey. Proper 12.
He does it again!
I'll take Get Off DP's hog already for 1,000, Alex.
Wow, man. Evil Bill. Holy shit. I saw someone in the chat say that Conor was respectful the first time with Dustin. What the hell were you watching?
P-head.
I mean, that was one
respectful?
of the funniest. It was so the lead up to that fight was hilarious. It was so funny the way he was. I hope, being a fan, I hope Conor goes crazy again, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Here's Alan.
As the fires of the lake do mended in ashes, accepting use of cooks, providing for all and lost at the same time. It is 2 by 6 and 9, she said, but this was not to be. Locked out, locked in, all around. Flesh all a mesh, she said. I can't stop watch.
I was going to say that same thing. You took the words right out of my mouth. All right, what were you saying, Jesse?
No, all I'm saying is I think Conor knows it wouldn't be a good move not to be Conor again, and I think everyone else knows that as well. And it's a good way to get to Poirier because he's a little more sensitive than Cowboy, in my opinion. I think Poirier lets things get to him a little bit more, even if he doesn't visually show it. It shows in the octagon. So Conor's gonna do what he does best.
He's going to break him apart?
He's gonna shit talk the fuck out of him.
I hope so.
And then he's going to get him in the cage, all mind fucked, and then he's going to completely take advantage of him.
Conor McGregor's even he's complimenting Jeremy Stevens.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Like, this is the new Conor here. He is complimenting Jeremy. He's like, he's a great fighter. What? Jeremy Stevens?
Remember what he said in the octagon with Khabib, and this is why, I kind of was able to forgive him, even though I thought he was relentless on Khabib. The reason I was kind of able to forgive some of the things he said was because in the octagon, the cameras caught him saying, it's all business. I don't think he means half the shit he says to these people.
Listen,
it's all business. He knows what sells.
Let me tell you, when Conor got into the cage in January, okay, and he fought Cowboy Cerrone, yes, Cowboy's past his prime, okay, but you can't put aside the way Conor looked and how he literally mowed through him with ease. I mean, I thought it would be a little bit more competitive than that.
He's been on the shelf for a year, Moss.
Yeah.
So,
how long was the layoff before that?
That's a good question.
It was pretty fucking long. I think it was a year before that too. He's been
just
sitting
check
around.
Tapology. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been probably over a year before that. I'm telling you.
But he's also getting older. He's got 2 kids now.
Oh, he's 31, 32 years old.
Fucked up in the head because he keeps getting in trouble.
Listen, right now, Conor's in his prime. He is in his prime. At 155, it's the perfect weight class for him. I think he might even be at the stage where he doesn't even need the shit talking. I think if he is focused,
but he knows what
if
sells.
he is a motivated McGregor, I feel he is unbeatable. No matter how he goes into this Dustin Poirier fight, I don't think he even needs to get into Dustin's head. I think that if he goes in there with that mentality he did with Cowboy Cerrone, Dustin doesn't stand a damn chance.
And you might be right, but let me ask you a question. If Conor, from this point forward, or from Cowboy forward, continues to play the nice guy, eventually, are you not going to be like, what the fuck? Where's Conor?
Yes, as a fan.
Yes.
Of
and
course.
Conor knows that. Conor's not... Yeah, Conor can play the good guy. He can say nice things to people or about people. But at the end of the day, he knows his fans want Conor McGregor.
Okay.
The notorious.
You are wrong. Cowboy Cerrone, he was licking his asshole the whole way up and still got, a million pay-per-view buys against Cowboy Cerrone.
Here's the thing. All of Cowboy's fights, if you notice, there's hardly any shit talk with Cowboy and other fighters. I mean, there is every once in a while, but more often than not, Cowboy finds a way to have his opponents respect him.
Listen, like I said before, I want Conor to be the old school trash talking Conor. That was the most fun time in UFC history. It was a goddamn party when he was up there making fun of Aldo, making fun of Poirier, the Dennis Seaver steroid, everything that he did, anything he did and touched, it was fantastic. Everything, the leaping over the crowd to Jose Aldo, and it was just fun. The whole ride was fun. The Nate Diaz taking him on short, Nate Diaz coming on short notice, and that banter back and forth. You had that double feature between the two of them. It was fantastic. But now we're in the stage of Conor's life. He needed the trash talk to make the name. The name is there.
Right.
The dude could take a shit on camera and everyone's going to watch
You're
it.
right. I'm not saying you're wrong in any way, shape, or form. If anything, I can agree with you that it's not necessary anymore.
Nope.
But he knows people want to see it. And why would you let your fans down if you know you have a massive fan base and they're going to support you no matter how you turn out? Why would you still let them down knowing full well what kind of show they want?
Do you think that Conor really needs that mental warfare with Dustin Poirier this time?
I don't think he needs it. I never said he needs it. I'm saying that's what he's going to do.
So you're saying
it's a show.
Guaranteed. Now, I'm assuming you're going to be incredibly disappointed if he doesn't do that.
I would be disappointed because it's what I want to see. Okay. I want to see the banter and the nasty things said and the huge theatrics coming from Conor McGregor. And I'm not even the biggest Conor McGregor fan, but I want to see it.
You want to see it because that's when you were a Conor McGregor fan. When he was doing the song and dance and he was doing all the theatrics, that's when you were on board.
I never stopped being a Conor fan, but I'm not going to lick his ass. So I'll always enjoy watching Conor McGregor, but I find him more entertaining when the theatrics go on.
So why do you lick IZZY and Khabib's ass?
I like them more.
So what, in order for a fighter to get you to lick their ass, what does it take?
I don't know. I feel like with IZZY, it's not like he did anything. It's just with IZZY, I predicted where he was going to go, and I was right, and it felt so good. And it's like, it feels good to be right about a fighter like that, and you just want to have their back no matter what.
That's why I feel with Conor McGregor. I was right, and he
go.
won 2 belts.
And you understand.
And I'm still going to lick his ass right now, no matter what he does, because Conor's the GOAT. Conor's the guy that makes this exciting. He's going to bring some juice back into this sport. I do want to see the theatrics, yes. I would like to see that. But honestly, I just want him back in the cage. I need him back in the cage. And this whole season thing that he was talking about with Cowboy Cerrone had me amped up. I wasn't thrilled. You know, the lead up to Cowboy, I wasn't thrilled, but was I excited? Hell yeah, man. When he got there in the cage, when the cage door is locked and he fucking shoulders right through him, the head kick. Oh, look at me. I'm killing a man. That's the Conor. I don't give a fuck anymore. I just want to see him win now. I want to see him have fun. I want to see him get in there and just be a force. Get that belt back.
But were you more excited for other Conor fights than you were for Cowboy? Because of the fact that there was no shit talking between Conor and Cowboy?
I was excited, but here is my downfall with Conor. The lead up with Khabib kind of made me lose that. Like, I was excited about the fight, but my excitement dropped severely because it went to a place that wasn't Conor anymore. When the lead up with Khabib, that press conference, I remember doing it live. We were watching and reacting.
You enjoyed that.
I remember saying, "Whoa, like that got dark."
Okay, but listen to this.
He went fucking full retard in that.
I agree with you, and I was pro Khabib in that whole situation. I thought it was really fucked up, some of the shit that was being thrown. However, imagine he had fans, and this is the difference. Conor thrives off of his fan base when it comes to the shit talking and giving the theatrics and stuff like that. When he has fans, he just does better. And honestly, I think that him not having that fan crowd, that fan base in the audience to kind of amp him up and get him to go the right direction and think the right way, he was like reaching for things to say and got really nasty. I don't think he would have gotten...
No, he severely disliked him.
I do not think he would have gotten that nasty if he had fans in the crowd.
Honestly, he took it to heart. The guy flew across the world to fucking defend his buddy Artem Lobov.
Yes.
Like, he genuinely disliked Khabib. Mm-hmm. This wasn't trash talk. This was, I want to fucking beat the shit out of this guy. Because his homeboy got smacked around.
Then why in the cage did he say it's just business?
Because he was getting his ass kicked. Mm. Have you ever been beaten up?
Yes.
Okay. And were you not humbled?
I was, but I think it was different situations.
Any man or woman that gets their ass whooped, I've seen it a million times. I've been in situations where you get humbled, and then it's like everything that you said before the beating went away.
But what if you didn't say anything before the beating?
Now, if you're doing the beating, it's a different story. But if you're getting your ass whooped, humble.
Man.
Humble pie. It's a slice of humble pie.
I feel that if there were fans involved, he would not have gone there.
If there were fans involved, I feel that you don't have your finger on the pulse of the McGregor. This is McGregor 2.0. This is McGregor 2021 that's coming at you in January. This is a McGregor that's going to come in focused, uncoked up, unproper 12'd, a man with full camp, a man that has the McGregor fast, a man that is going to get that belt back. 2021, The return of Conor McGregor.
here-
2021. Khabib better hope that he stays retired because 2021, Conor McGregor will get the strap, and if Khabib dares to come back into the octagon and try to go for that 30, well, Khabib, you're going to hold on to an L because Conor McGregor is going to take you down too. You'll see what happens here as Conor McGregor comes back. Can I get it, boys? Let's go!
All right, now.
The return!
All right.
The return!
All right, now here's the only reason that I think you might be right about Conor McGregor not talking mad shit is the charity. Dustin Poirier's charity. I think that might be the only thing that you might have to stand on to say Conor McGregor is not going to try and get into his head. Because if Conor McGregor donates money to Dustin's charity for this fight, then Conor has no reason to talk shit.
See this man over here, Dustin Poirier? Dustin Poirier is very good. Don't make no mistake. Dustin Poirier is a legit stud. What he's done to Max Holloway, I mean, that alone shows you how good he is. This guy he's a gamer. Conor's already in his head. Dustin Poirier has nightmares. He rolls over with his thumb in his mouth, thinking about being peahead and getting his ass whooped. Embarrassed. Completely embarrassed. In front of his wife, Jesse. This man, who is a good man, has already lost. Once he signed that contract, he lost. Conor doesn't have to say a goddamn word. All Conor has to do is stand right in front of Dustin Poirier, look into his soul, and say,
My foot was a balloon.
Now, what are you going to do if Poirier wins against Conor?
it's possible.
What are you going to do? How are you going to react?
Like I always react.
Are you going to expect it?
Am I going to expect it? No, because I am going to expect Conor is going to win. Would I be surprised if Poirier wins? No. Because like the article says, the cardio of Dustin Poirier, the game in Dustin Poirier, Dustin gets out of the first 2 rounds. We all know Conor McGregor. We all know what happens. Conor looks to kill you in the first 2 rounds. If it doesn't happen, it becomes problematic.
Yes.
Dustin can take you, drag you
The
into the
distance.
deep end.
Yes.
So if Dustin does win, it wouldn't surprise me. No, it wouldn't surprise. I'm expecting Conor to win, but if Dustin gets the job done,
So you're not going to be like, oh, what the fuck?
I'll be upset as a fan, of course. But let's be serious.
Realistic?
Let's be realistic. We all know who's going to win this fight. We all know who's going to be the favorite in this fight. And we all know P-Head's going down. He's getting dropped. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And if P-Head gets the job done, I will applaud him. He's a very good man. He deserves it. And now you may have a trilogy with these two, which would be exciting. Dustin Poirier he's not in boring fights. Dustin Poirier, he brings it. So who knows? Maybe you set something up like that if Dustin beats Conor. We don't know what's going on with Khabib. Are they going to make
Khabib's
that Tony
not coming
Ferguson
back.
fight?
Get off Khabib's nuts until he comes back.
What? His nuts.
All right, get off the Khabib conversation. Khabib's not coming back
Why not?
because he's retired, Moss.
Ali Abdelaziz put it out 30-0.
Ali is looking for attention. Let me say it again. That man uses his fighters, no matter how good of a manager he is, no matter how many good fights he puts together, how many good fighters he recruits, that man loves to use his fighters so that he can get attention for his own personal gain. That man will say whatever the fuck is necessary on Twitter just to get people hyped up for no good fucking reason.
When the fight happened and Khabib looked into the eyes of the audience, into the camera lens, and said that he's a man of his word, I believed you, Khabib. But Khabib Nurmagomedov, you fucking lied.
Oh, you didn't lie.
You are a lying rat. A dirty lying rat.
Moss.
That's what you are, Khabib Nurmagomedov. A filthy, dirty, lying rat. You lied to everybody. You lied to your mother, and you're going to come back for 30.
That's not happening.
A liar is what Khabib is. If he stays retired, I take it all back and I apologize. But I'm not going to have to apologize because you're a dirty fucking rat, a lying rat. He will come back for 30. You know it's going to happen.
And then he'll smish you.
You know it's going to happen.
For saying
And then
that.
what do you say about Khabib, a man that lied to his own mother? How could you trust a man that lies to his own mother?
Will you stop already?
See what the chat says.
And a cheat, a lying rat that can smesh says anything for us. Dan Martin says, Moss, are you trying to get a job as Paul Heyman for Conor?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Probably Zooted says smush, lol. Say shake my head, Moss, says Uncle Whiskey. Uncle Gozerian says Khabib wants you to send location, Moss. Chump says he's a kabitch. P Drizzle says, or Drizzle says Michael Chandler needs to fight RDA. Felder walking around 173 pounds still. Didn't make weight, but he said yes. Colby beat RDA to be champ. Khabib beat RDA to be champ. Usman 2. The way to the title is RDA.
What does Valid Roddy say?
Valid Rowdy says Khabib will probably kill his mother also.
What? Listen, this is why I would be very upset if Khabib comes back. Now, as a fan, of course, I would like to watch Khabib compete again. But he had this whole emotional moment. You know, I mean, that is the way you go out, right? I mean, he does it in a way that's so legendary and says he's a man of his word. You know, he would never do that. You know, his mother told him he doesn't want to fight again. He said one more, you know. He gets the job done. It's a spectacular fight against Gaethje. And then just goes against all that?
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's a lying rat.
Final Jeopardy. What did the MMA-HOLES reach 1 million subscribers? Answer. What is 2024? That is correct. And
Wow.
you have won the Final Jeopardy round.
So
Thank you, Alex.
when Biden gets out of office is when we're gonna
That's when we hit a milli.
hit a milli.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, well, we're on the second channel now, so it's going to take a little while. You think we'll hit a million on the second channel before the main?
Nah.
No? Okay. Well, look at this. We're almost at 6,000 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed to the channel, the cringe, the craziness, the MMA holes, not the MMA holes, give us a sub and be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right.
All right. Leon Edwards is out there dropping truth bombs on Khamzat Chimaev.
Oh,
and he's
boy.
not wrong, according to Jesse Holland of MMA Mania. Seems like all those fickle MMA fans who hopped off the sugar sack once Sean O'Malley got humbled back in August were quick to stow away on the Khamzat Chimaev hype train, which continues to barrel down the UFC tracks at an incredible rate of speed. Not uncommon for an engine that runs on a lean mixture of hyperbole and crushed cans. That's why...
Oh, man.
That's
That's
why-
brutal, man. Who wrote this?
This was written by Jesse Holland of MMA Mania.
Wow. Oh, MMA Mania. Okay.
That's why Leon Edwards is paying little attention to the buzz surrounding his opponent for the upcoming UFC Vegas 17 main event at Apex, where Rocky will earn his welterweight title shot with a commanding performance against Khamzat Chimaev.
Is this happening?
I guess so. Edwards told ARIEL HELWANI, quote, "I believe he's overhyped. It's hard to judge him. The competition he's faced is pretty low. I've been 9-0 in my career. I once had an 8-second knockout in the UFC. I've done everything he's done. You know what I mean? The UFC is just trying to hype him. When I go out there and beat him next, I believe I'll get the title shot."
Wow, he's talking.
Edwards is 18-3 and has now won 8 in a row and is currently ranked number 3 in the 170-pound division. The unranked Chimaev is 9-0, meanwhile, has only been competing for the UFC since July, but has already racked up 3 consecutive finishes. Looks like we'll separate contender from pretender on December 19th in Sin City.
Okay. Honestly, Leon should win this fight. I know, listen, I said I was on the Khamzat train. I feel like this jump is a little bit too high of a jump right now for Khamzat. Even though, yeah, he got the job done at 185, Amir Shark doesn't make me think he's going to beat Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards is too smart. He really is. Maybe he doesn't come across as smart with what he says. I believe Leon Scott, as Kevin Lee in the chat says, should get the win. If he does, he stops the high train, he shuts a lot of people up, and now he's back in the mix. Yes, it is a risky fight, fighting a guy that's unranked, but if he does get the win here, boy, you got to give him a title shot. You have to. He took the fight no one wanted to take. You have to give Leon the title shot.
Mm.
So I'm curious to see how this fight goes down. I'm going to be glued to my seat, or maybe I'll be standing up. I don't know. I'll be screaming and yelling. I'll be all into this. I'm actually interested in a Leon Scott fight. It's crazy, Jesse.
I'm actually pretty excited about Leon Edwards fighting Chimaev as well.
No,
but
Leon Scott, Jesse.
Yeah, okay. But Leon Edwards is not wrong in a lot of ways, because he's saying, you know, like he was a hype before and Khamzat's a hype, and a lot of people tend to get on these hype trains and then realize when they fight top tier fighters that they're not as good as they're all cracked up to be. So I'm kind of with Edwards on this one. I want to see him fight more top tier fighters before I jump on this train. Yeah, I can't disagree.
Now listen, who am I rooting for? Who do you think I'm rooting for, Jess?
You're probably rooting for Khamzat.
Hell yeah. 100%.
But I'm not.
I'm rooting for Khamzat, but if Edwards does what he's supposed to do, it's a good look for Leon. I mean, Leon, he's right. The guy's on some run. Last loss was to Usman. I would be interested in that rematch. But, of course, Khamzat, flying up the rankings and fighting Usman, that's got more juice.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the UFC wants Khamzat, and it's a good scrap. It should be real interesting. So we'll see how that works out.
Now, this next article is written by Lewis McKeever of Bloody Elbow.
Oh, Bloody Elbow.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm going to smash.
I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but I have to tell someone.
Okay.
My girlfriend began a late start college class today. I work at the college and walked by her class, and the girl I'm seeing sits next to her, and they were talking. What the hell do I do?
They were just talking, right? What?
Why the fuck are you with two women at the same time?
Oh, wait. I missed that part. Wait, so he's with both of them? Is that what he said? The girl seeing...
Why don't you just
the girl I'm
be
seeing
honest
next to,
with the one that you don't want to be with? Like, why do you have to go and cheat and hurt people?
Oh, man. Who's that? Not John. That's not John.
I never understood that.
I missed that part. Wow.
If you have to hurt someone just to be happy, like, just be fucking honest and say, I don't want to be with you. I want to be with someone else.
There was a time where I could answer that question. Hold on a second.
There's no excuse.
Hold on a second.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. John Jones, crash the show. 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 John Jones, crash the show.
Wow, how did John come on that show? How did that happen?
I'll take Smesh's everybody for 1,000. Who is Khamzat Chimaev?
Wow. Choo-choo, motherfucker. Let's help our friend out, not John. Let's not scold him too much. He's young, probably.
No, I'm not scolding him.
Let's give him some advice.
Listen, everyone makes their own decisions. All I'm saying is one of them is going to get hurt no matter what, but it's going to hurt more for her to find out that you're cheating than it would be for you to just be honest with her.
Yeah. You know what? When you hit this stage in the game, you try to get the threesome. If that doesn't work, then you pump the brakes and, well, you're pretty much going to be out of a situation here. I mean, I think you're going to be 0 for 2 with this situation, especially if these girls are talking, they figure out the deal.
They're going to figure it out.
Yeah. So, once this all falls apart, this is probably not something you should be doing in the future. I understand. Sometimes boys and young men, they get into trouble and they think that, hey, they could brag to their buddies or whatever. And girls do the same thing. Girls are worse than guys.
Well, that's debatable. Girls are a little more emotionally attached.
Girls are better liars. So girls do the same thing. So I'm not gonna shit on my man John over here. But yeah, once this thing cools down, and maybe you can come out this unscathed, I'm sure you will. Yeah, you probably shouldn't play that game anymore. But try to threesome first, and if that doesn't work, then move on. Jesse, any advice?
I already gave my advice. I don't understand why you gotta hurt people, man.
Okay. Uncle Savage says, keep going until you get caught. What do you think about that?
Uncle Savage is dating a married woman. Of course he's going to say that.
I thought that wasn't real.
According to him, it's real, Mom.
What? She's married? All right. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Give it some advice in the chat. Maybe you guys can help him out. Not John. It's not John, by the way.
So this is according to Lewis McKeever of Bloody Elbow, saying Michael Chandler calls out Tony Ferguson in light of McGregor versus Poirier 2 being booked.
I am sick of calling out. I want to make it illegal. I just want fights to happen.
It makes it exciting.
Yeah, it used to be exciting, but now it's just kind of like, see this hanging between my legs, Jesse? The blue balls? That's all I feel now these days. Everyone's calling each other out. I want to fight you. I want to fight you. But at least RDA's fighting Felder. Like, Felder doesn't have to call anyone out. He's just like, you need someone to step in? I'm here. That's a real man. It's all this calling out stuff. Why is this fight not even happening? Why is Chandler and Ferguson not locked up? Why not? What's going on? Why is this fight not happening? This is the fight that should happen. I'm down.
All right. With Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier 2 now official, well, kind of official, Michael Chandler has called out former UFC interim lightweight champ Tony Ferguson. Chandler, the former 3-time Bellator lightweight champion, called out El Kakui in response to McGregor-Poirier news earlier this week, saying, "Glad we got some answers. Now where are you at, Tony Ferguson?" Chandler was on standby for UFC 254's main event Khabib versus Justin last month, but unfortunately for him, the fight went ahead as planned, and the Eagle went on to submit the highlight in the second round to retain his lightweight title. With Nurmagomedov now retired, however, and McGregor versus Poirier almost booked, Chandler believes now would be the perfect time to make his UFC debut, and what better way to make an impression than putting on a show against one of the most respected and battle-hardened fighters in the sport.
It's a great fight.
Ferguson, for his part, has stated that he will not face Chandler unless he's compensated fairly.
Man, oh man. Tony just beat the shit out of Michael Chandler. Shut him up. You know?
Yes,
He's
sir.
been running his mouth a lot. El Kakui get back. I feel this is a very winnable fight for Tony Ferguson. Now, I think Michael Chandler's a stud. I really do. I think this guy is not getting the credit that he deserves from fans. You know, some people are really shitting on Michael Chandler. The guy's a fun guy to watch fight. He always brings it. He's got the ground game as well. I do think that this plays very heavy in Tony's favor. Tony, get in there and pay the man. Yeah, you got to pay the guy right. I don't know what kind of money Tony's looking for, but hopefully they give him, you know, the right amount of cash, and he just goes in there and carves up Michael Chandler. It's a good scrap. It really is. Now, if Chandler beats Ferguson, well, then that would be that'd be wild. I just see Ferguson winning this fight. But who knows? Maybe the people that are saying Tony Ferguson's best days are behind him, you know, this might tell the tale. Who do you think wins this fight, Chandler or Ferguson, if it does materialize? I mean, come on, let's get Kakui back in there. You guys underrating Chandler. Listen, I think Chandler's very good. I do. But we're talking El Kakui. So, I mean, I have to go with Tony. I mean, I just feel like I'd be crazy not to pick Tony Ferguson. I think people are going to be surprised by Chandler. He's no journeyman. No, he's not. But the right matchups, I think Chandler could beat Gaethje. Let me just say this. Gaethje beats Ferguson, yes. But I think Chandler beats Gaethje and Ferguson can beat Chandler. That's what I feel. Do you think Tony could ever be a champion, or is it too late? Yes, he could be a champion. He could. Especially with Khabib out of the mix. He could.
I do not think Chandler can beat Gaethje.
Jesse doesn't think Chandler could beat Gaethje. Why? All right. Why don't you think Chandler? I honestly, I mean, okay. So why do you think Chandler is Eddie Alvarez?
Chandler's a great striker. He's got impeccable striking. And I know Gaethje's been knocked out once before too, but Chandler's been knocked out twice already in his.
Chandler beats Gaethje.
And I don't think Chandler is up for the barrage of shots that Gaethje can throw after taking severe damage.
In fact, I think Chandler knocks out Gaethje.
I don't think
I'm
he
going to say
knocks
that.
out Gaethje.
I'm telling you.
I say Gaethje can knock out Chandler.
I'm thinking the Eddie Alvarez fight with Justin Gaethje. I think it's going to be a war. I think it's the exact same fight. And guess who fought each other and back and forth in Bellator? Eddie Alvarez and Chandler. Those two went toe to toe.
I disagree.
It's just a bad matchup.
I'd like to see it.
Of course, I would like to see that too.
No.
But what would you rather see, Gaethje Chandler or Chandler Ferguson? What would you rather see? Yeah, I would too. All right, 100%. The chat room's lit up. They want to talk. Let's see Chandler fight in the UFC. I mean, we've been waiting for Chandler to fight in the UFC forever. So let's get him in there. Come on, let's.
Tony practices kicking metal rods. He tripped on a cable. No, he's too dumb, says F. Billy Mitchell says Conor is bigger than the UFC. Fact. Kevin Lee says, y'all had John Jones on here? Yes.
We sure did.
Twice. Hank Stander says Chandler is actually a 145er. No, Eddie has about 30 pounds on Chandler. Heavy Microgo says Diaz Chandler. Uncle Mike H says Moss and Ken everybody. P. Dizzle says Gaethje got rocked 2 times. Dildo Schwaggins says, who is your favorite fighter of all time, Moss?
Listen, there is not even a question in my mind. I favor a lot of fighters. I've always favored DC. Okay? Black Beast. 2 guys I always root for, always go for. I like Uriah Hall. A lot of people shit on Uriah. Uriah's my guy. 3 brothers. But now we throw the honky in the mix. The best, the greatest, Conor McGregor. Yes, not even a question. His rise was fantastical. The best. Now, the person that got me in the game was Anderson Silva. So I have the utmost respect for the Spider. So I have a stable of fighters that I love to root for, but Conor's the guy. Come on. I mean, could you imagine being a Khabib fan? Oh, who's your fighter? Who's your
Izzy
number
or
one?
Khabib.
Yours used to be Mighty Mouse. Remember those days?
I liked Mighty Mouse a lot, but he was never my.
You used to put him number one.
He was never my number one.
Used to.
When I first got in, I
Yeah.
didn't know the fighters.
Two guys make friends in a class and they are seeing the same girl. They wouldn't find out for months. Two girls make friends in a class and they're seeing the same guy. Yeah, about 30 minutes later, I'll take your screwed for 500.
It's true.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Girls are different than guys, man. Girls, they fucking tell each other everything, even if they don't know each other. Like, if they just met, if they know they're going to be good friends, they'll fucking spill everything.
Girls are savages.
You're kind of fucked, bro.
All right, so who is your number one now?
It's always Izzy Khabib.
Okay,
both of
but
them.
you have to give me a number
I
one.
can't.
Because I have guys that
I
want.
cannot,
You
because I
need
love them both
to
equally.
pick between your children.
I cannot.
Who is your favorite child?
They're both my favorite children.
If you were on an island and you only were allowed to watch one fighter on this island, the TV could only show you one fighter fight. That's it. Only one fighter. I don't know why you're on this island, but you're there. And I don't know why this TV could only show that.
I can only see one fight.
You could only see one fighter fight. One fighter can compete, and that is it. Actually,
In a fight?
and if you
It's two
watch,
fighters
let me
in
just
a
say this,
fight.
Jesse. One fighter, it doesn't matter who they fight, okay? One fighter, you have to watch fight. And if you watch another fighter, if you go to another combination because you want to watch another fighter fight, the world ends.
All right, then I would say I want to watch Khabib fight Izzy. So that counts. It's one fight, Moss.
One fighter.
One fight.
So you want Khabib to lose.
No, I said I want to watch Khabib fight Izzy.
So you want Khabib to lose.
I didn't say I want any of them to lose. I said I want to watch Khabib fight Izzy.
So you hate Khabib that much
No,
that you would watch Khabib just get destroyed by Israel.
I didn't say anybody was going to lose. You did.
Oh my God. Could you believe this? She wants Khabib to get his ass whooped.
You're putting words in my mouth.
I can't even believe it. I can't even, I don't even.
Yeah, it doesn't work on
What
me.
kind of Khabib fan are you?
Yeah, that doesn't work on me, Moss. You're just putting words in my mouth.
Jesse, do you realize what Izzy would do to Khabib?
Do you realize I didn't say that?
He would knock his head to the moon.
Yeah. You're really bad at putting words in people's mouths, you know?
My God.
Not very
Could
manipulative.
you believe? I thought she was a Khabib fan. The guy would get killed.
Good. All right. So speaking of Michael Chandler, Patricio Pitbull says that Michael Chandler's in the UFC because he has Pitbull's number, or because Pitbull has his number.
No, sit down, Pitbull.
No.
By the way, Pitbull's fighting tomorrow, right?
No. According to
What was that noise that you just...
Are you done?
What was that?
Like, you fucking criticize everything, man.
I'm just joking with you. You know, I purposely
even say
showed you.
yeah.
I purposely showed Jesse New York Sports Radio because there's a banter that goes on. You know, I'm joking.
You're not funny.
Well, you're sensitive as all hell.
I'm so sensitive.
Sarcasm, it's witty. You don't have to like it. Just move.
Yeah,
just roll
I'm
with the punches.
Super sensitive, Moss.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, Pitbull I think is fighting tomorrow. But what the hell is on this man's face?
I don't know.
What is on this guy's face over here? That's Justin Jr.'s boy. Can you straighten this out? What the hell? Does he have a Pitbull? What is? Oh my God. We'll react to Pitbull tomorrow. What's the story?
According to MMA Fighting Newswire, two-division Bellator champ Patricio Pitbull spoke to reporters about Michael Chandler's move to the UFC. He and his brother's issue with labyrinthitis, his rivalry with SBG Ireland, Anderson Silva's possible retirement fight, and more at the Bellator 252 virtual media day before his featherweight Grand Prix bout against Pedro Carvalho. And he claims that that Michael Chandler is in the UFC because he has Chandler's number, and Chandler is running.
Okay, well, he beat Chandler. So, I mean, it is kind of funny, though, how Chandler gets to the UFC and Pitbull's just crying. But more importantly, what is going on here? It's like a Gay Bane.
Gaylord.
Shout out to Gay Bane. All right. Don't you think Pitbull should stop crying? Don't you think?
He's not crying. He's just saying that's why Michael Chandler left. He thinks Chandler's scared.
Hold on. We have Pitbull calling in. Pitbull, what do you think about Michael Chandler being in the UFC? Do you think Michael Chandler has a chance in the UFC to perhaps get the strap? Patricio, I mean, do you think you'll ever be in the UFC? I mean, Michael Chandler went over there. You're pretty good, right? Do you think you could... Oh, okay. Pitbull doesn't have much to say, Jess.
According to Jesse Holland of MMA Mania, Corey Sandhagen aims to eliminate the returning TJ Dillashaw from the bantamweight title race.
That's what he said after the last fight, and I like it.
I
like it.
I love it.
I like it.
Again, this is written by Jesse Holland. Former UFC bantamweight title holder TJ Dillashaw hit for the cycle back in early 2019.
I get it. Get it? Cycle, steroids,
yes,
baseball. Okay, whatever.
Oh, yes. Not only did he get finished by flyweight kingpin Henry Cejudo at UFC Fight Night 143, he was also forced to surrender his 135-pound strap and serve a 2-year drug test suspension after popping for EPO. But now that his sentence is nearly served, it's not unreasonable to think the 34-year-old Dillashaw can get himself back into the title race with a commanding performance in early 2021. Unless, of course, someone like Corey Sandhagen blows him out of the water. Sandhagen said, quote, "I definitely think my number one contender fight should be against TJ just because it makes the most sense. I think that I have a pretty strong case now, and when TJ comes back, he's going to have a pretty strong case as well. I'd love to fight him, and then right after that, when the winner of Jan versus Sterling and are ready to go, fight one of those guys in the spring or sometime." The number 2 ranked Sandhagen has won 6 of 7 under the UFC banner, including last month's technical knockout victory over Marlon Moraes. The Coloradan is certainly a front-runner to challenge the winner of Peter Yan versus Aljamain Sterling, who compete for No Mercy's belt at UFC 256. He said, quote, "This guy can be whatever juice...
No mercy.
This guy can be whatever juice he wants to be on, or he can be training with the best guys in the world, and it doesn't matter to me. I'm still going to have confidence in myself, and that's where I always put myself before a fight."
This is what I want. I want him to fight TJ. I want him to beat TJ. Then I want, first I want Aljo to take out Piotr Jan, get the strap. Guy's been getting the shaft for a while. Aljamain deserves it.
You'd rather see Aljo versus Sandhagen?
I want to see the rematch. Yes. I do want to see that rematch. Yes. Because I want to see what Corey does to revamp himself. I mean, he got choked out very quickly, right? Aljo had the perfect game plan. I would like to see a Corey Sandhagen, who is very good, take a different approach in this fight and not get strangled. I think that would be fun. I said Sandhagen many moons ago was going to be champ. I really believe that Sandhagen had the goods to get it done. He's right there.
Do you think he's going to be a good champ?
I think Sandhagen at 135, he'd be fantastic.
Do you think he'll be a marketable champ?
He's not a trash talker. He's not really that, he's not really good on the mic, so no.
In fairness, I don't think any of the bantamweight top contenders right now are marketable champs, including Peter Yan.
Piotr. I'm trying to fix it.
Piotr Yan.
Piotr. I'm trying to think who would be the best.
The most marketable.
Let's see. Cody, listen, say what you want about Cody Garbrandt. Actually, he was a real prick. He was too much of a prick.
None of them are marketable, Moss.
I really wanted Aldo to make that run, but that ship has sailed. I'm trying to think. I mean, Aljo's got this weird... I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is with Aljo, but... Man, who would be the best champion? Most
you can't
champ?
really justify any of the top 10 as marketable champs.
You think? No, I'm joking.
He's not top 10.
It's a complete joke. I'm joking, by the way. Wow, there's no one really here. I tell you what, TJ, say what you want, Will, about the guy. TJ, at least, even though he's a Duschenheimer, he talked the shit. You kind of want to watch him fight.
I 100% agree. TJ Dillashaw would probably be the only marketable champ in the bantamweight division if he comes back.
I think if Cody Garbrandt, though, if he can pull it together, the guy seems like he's injured every other fucking day.
But he's not marketable.
I think he's
fucking dull and monotone. Like, he's
I don't know.
So annoying.
But his fighting style.
No, I'm not talking about fighting
style. That chip on his shoulder.
Because in fairness, they all have great fighting style. At least the top 5, top 7 even, I would say, are fantastic fighters and would make great champions.
Let's be
but
serious
I'm talking
here.
about marketability.
We got some good fights that can come together. They can match some good fights at 135. But right now, there is not one champion that gets me going.
TJ.
Yeah, TJ might be the leader of the pack.
Yep.
But it doesn't get me going. We need some new blood.
I like TJ
and
a
maybe
lot.
Corey Sandhagen can, I don't know, pull together an act. I probably not.
I really like TJ.
Is there someone here there's no one here that's saying, well, it's Song Yadong.
Moss.
How about Song Yadong?
He doesn't stand out to you, though.
Yeah, he does.
Fantastic fighter, does not stand out to you.
Yeah, Yadong. Yes. Oh, champion. Yes. I want all Chinese champions.
Oh, God.
Every weight class. Bring me the Chinas. Bring me to China. Yeah, bantamweight. Oof. Bring Henry Cejudo back.
Yeah.
Boy, do we miss him, huh? Cejudo. Let's go. Uncle Savage says 135 is so good right now. Yeah, matchmaking, yes.
So good.
But if you think about it, like Jesse said, there's no one out here that you get excited about as a champion. And if Aljo gets that belt, I'd be very happy for the guy. But I have to be realistic. I don't see, like, there's something incredibly cringe about the Funkmaster.
I agree.
That doesn't tell me he's going to sell pay-per-views.
I would even argue maybe something not likable.
Well, I don't know.
My opinion.
I think he's a nice guy. It's just
he's nice, yes, in person.
But yeah.
But there's something not likable.
He's from New York. A lot of times New Yorkers aren't. Look at Chris Weidman. People hated him.
Yeah, not likable.
Yeah.
But
he's got that New York chip on his shoulder.
Is likable.
He is.
So
but Ali Quinta can't go to bantamweight, Jesse. We need to get
Matt
bantamweight
Serra
fixed.
is likable.
Matt Serra's not coming out of retirement and dropping to bantamweight.
But my point is, it's not a New York thing. It's just a person thing.
I don't give a shit about your point. We need to figure out who's going to be a marketable champion, Jesse. That's what we need right now.
You're such a dick.
Fix this problem. We need to fix problems here, and Piotr Yan is not the answer. He's not the Yan, sir, Jesse. He's not the Yan, sir. Jesse.
I heard you.
He's not the answer. He's backwards. He's not the answer. All right. What's the next story, Jess?
According to Jesse Holland of MMA Mania, UFC champ Israel Adesanya is stranded overseas, barred from quarantine until mid-December. Reigning UFC middleweight champ Israel Adesanya was expected to fly back to New Zealand after cornering City kickboxing teammate Carlos Ulberg at Dana White's Contender Series last week in Las Vegas. Instead, he'll be stuck in Sin City for the foreseeable future. That's because of the recent airline restrictions that were imposed after Adesanya and co. booked their return tickets, which now require all New Zealand passengers to secure travel isolation voucher.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hold on, we got a D-Rest coming in with a deuce.
Sorry, but Piotr is going to keep his territory marked for a good while in the bantamweight world.
It's possible.
Yeah,
Piotr's very good.
I don't know.
Piotr. Yeah, he is very good. It's an interesting fight. It just, as a headlining fight for a pay-per-view, it doesn't tickle my nutsack.
Yeah, he's not really marketable.
I don't know.
But
maybe
he's fun to watch.
He does talk shit.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Not like.
What? Have you seen his Twitter?
Not like how a champ talks shit, Moss. Not like champ status. You know, the champ way.
Yeah, but that's because
when you're a champ, you got to talk shit the right way.
That's
not
because
just on
of
Twitter.
the language barrier. You know. Let's see. Where's Jan's?
But he is fun to watch.
Piotr. What's his? I want to see his Twitter.
Peter.
There, no mercy. All right, let's see what has he been saying? I mean, you got to think he's been saying some things here. Here we go. Well, this is November 3rd.
To Aljamain, why do you care about what I think of you so much? Stop telling people what I know. All I know is I'm putting you to sleep December 12th. Like, that's not...
He's putting Aljo to sleep December... Is he putting the fans to sleep or Aljo? Who's he putting to sleep?
This is what I'm saying. Like, he talks shit, but it's not the same as
well, Aljo started it. What did Aljo say?
Aljo said, Peter Yan knows I'm a tough fight, and I know Peter is a tough fight. At the end of the day, someone has to lose, and that's just the sport. I can't wait to see who is right and who is wrong on December 12th. Moss? I just saw something that needs to be fixed on your hair. Can you put your head back up? Ow, my boob, Moss. Get up. Stop it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Your head is so heavy.
I feel... Let me go splash some cold water on my face.
By the way, I found something we got to fix on your hair. In the screen. Just saying. Landing strip. Wake him up. It looks like a beaver tail. Hope he wins. Maybe he can afford a real gold chain. Bison brain Moss. He's got big brains because he's a smart man. So his head's got to carry all the brainage. Look at the head. LOL. Aljo's on the brink. Hello, JBH. What's up, Sega? Good to see you here. Well, just look at that head. Of course, it's heavy. Moss does have a huge melon because he's a smart man. He's a smart man. We were talking about, because I have a tiny head. I have a pea head. If Ellie is going to have a normal size head, because like her parents will even out and then she'll have a normal size head. We'll see. Nobody with the neck tattoo should be champion. Aljo will lose. Does your landing strip match Moss? Yes. Debatable and smart. Creative. Yes, he's very smart. What are you talking about? Obviously, a tribute to the Iceman. Sup Sega Camp. 357 Sig is laughing in the chat. Aljo knows he's going to lose. You can see it in his tweets. Let's take a further look at Aljo's tweets then. Now, this one doesn't seem like he's not confident. He seems pretty confident in this tweet. Let's see. Remember when Funkmaster went through Sandhagen? Okay, we already see that. 1 month from tomorrow is another UFC title coming to Long Island. Then Strong push last night. Mota, the Brazilian gorilla.
Jesse, I just put cold water on my face. I don't want to fall asleep again. We're still on his Twitter.
It's the right thing to call him. The crab is annoying and very dangerous to your lifelong vision instantly. So you think fights never have comebacks? I don't know. He doesn't seem like someone who's...
What are we looking for?
Not confident. Justin Jr. was saying based on his Twitter, he's not confident in...
No, Aljo's very confident. That's one thing about him. When we spoke to him a bunch of times, the dude he's very full of himself, like ridiculously, and rightfully so. The guy pulled it together. He's on a nice run, and I'd like to see him get the win. He's just doesn't have that it factor. I'm just being honest.
You have that it factor, Moss.
I sure do. We have 186 people that agree with us. By the way, what? What's going on here? How do we only have 89 likes? Come on, hit the like button. We want to throw the thumbs in the air like we just don't care with a half hour left. Let's go like up the video, people. Come on, people. Wake the fook up. It's Wednesday night. Like away. Let's go. Let's go. All right. What else we have?
Okay.
I don't even think you finished the story.
I did not.
So what's in a nutshell?
So basically, in a nutshell, remember when Israel Adesanya was on the Contender Series last week for Olberg's fight? He was there to corner Olberg on Dana White's Contender Series?
Yeah.
Okay. So they came here, him and his team came here to corner Olberg.
When they kissed.
And then when New Zealand put together a travel isolation voucher that nobody told them about. And they put this together when Adesanya was in the States. So when Adesanya and his team tried to buy tickets to go back to New Zealand, they found out about this isolation voucher. And now they're stuck in the States because of this whole like fucking isolation thing.
Well, listen, if you're going to be stuck in the States, why not be stuck with your spouse, right? And these two are clearly in a relationship. So, hey, let's fuck away, guys. Let's go, boys. Right?
Right.
Think about the sex that they can have while they're isolated together.
Sure.
Right?
Wonderful.
Also, according to Jed Meshew of MMA Fighting, Robert Whittaker's willing to chase Israel Adesanya up to light heavyweight.
Come on, Bobby Knuckles. Knock this man's head off. Get the rematch. Give it to Robbie Whittaker. Let's go. Enough with this Jan bullshit. Jan Glover, Robert Whittaker, Izzy. You can't run from the Aussie. You can't run from the Reaper.
It's been an interesting few months for the UFC's middleweight division. In September, champ Israel Adesanya successfully defended his title with a second-round TKO of Paulo Costa. Afterwards, Adesanya called for Jared Cannonier, should Cannonier get past former champion Robert Whittaker at UFC 254. Unfortunately, Cannonier did not, losing a decision to Whittaker and potentially setting up a rematch between Adesanya and the Reaper. Talks of that rematch were short-lived, however, as 2 weeks ago, UFC President Dana White confirmed that Adesanya's next fight would instead be a light heavyweight title fight with newly crowned champ Jan Blachowicz, leaving Whittaker out in the cold. It was an unfortunate series of events for Whittaker, who has won 2 fights since losing the title to Adesanya and, in normal circumstances, would have basically guaranteed him a rematch. But the man affectionately referred to as Bobby Knuckles is willing to adapt to his situation and says he'll chase Adesanya up to 205 if need be. Moving up to light heavyweight would be an impressive jump for Whittaker, who is not an enormous middleweight. After all, Whittaker began his UFC career as a welterweight and revealed that he usually walks around at 215 pounds and that come fight week at middleweight, he actually doesn't cut that much weight. If Adesanya does claim the light heavyweight title and Whittaker chases him up to 205, he says he'd have to adjust to the new weight class and that it could change the fight dramatically. Adesanya has made similar comments about shifting weight classes, but has come down decidedly in favor of not adding any size and retaining his speed and agility. As such, Adesanya has stated that he intends to continue being the middleweight champion even after winning a second title, meaning Whittaker doesn't need to chase him up to 205. He just has to wait for Adesanya to finish his business up there.
No more waiting. I want fights.
Ultimately, everything comes down to the champion's timeline. Of course, that timeline also has to work for Whittaker too, and currently, his one requirement is that he not fight for a few months. Whittaker is expecting another child soon and wants to take time off to spend with his family, and thus is targeting a return spring of next year. So long as that can happen, Whittaker is fine to battle Adesanya anyway the UFC sees fit.
Okay. So Robert Whittaker, Izzy, Robert's willing to chase. That's not going to happen.
But he doesn't have to.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Okay. I want to see the rematch. I do. I like the way Robert Whittaker looks lately. I think the fight would be way more competitive. I'm not guaranteeing a win, but I'm stupid enough to probably pick Robert Whittaker as an underdog. He'll probably be a big under. And I would like to see it. Jan Glover, Robert Whittaker, Izzy. Come on. Let's go, man. Let John Jones fight at heavyweight and let that all sort out. And if Izzy beats Robert again, then we'll talk. But right now, Jan versus Izzy, which was something that was exciting at first, it's not tickling me as much as because I want to see these two fights. I think the rematch is interesting. Mm-hmm. Glover, come on. Glover Teixeira versus Jan. A chance for the 41-year-old to get that strap. Mm. Well, get another chance at that strap. Come on. Next.
Well, speaking of Robert Whittaker, he says when he starts getting knocked out, he'll bow out. So people are asking about his retirement and stuff like that. Not until he starts getting knocked out, he says. According to Adam Gillen Jr. of MMA Mania.
But TKO is okay.
I guess. Walking away from combat sports is a tough decision for most athletes, whether it's because they're trying to recapture their glory days of yesterday, score one more payday, or simply prove to themselves that they've still got it. For Robert Whittaker, however, the choice is crystal clear. Since he plans to retire...
Is it Cannoneers crystal clear, Jesse? You know what I'm saying? Cannoneers crystals, yeah.
Since he plans to retire by the age of 35, if not sooner, refusing to go down the path of many great fighters who hung around too long. Whittaker said when asked if he'd be fighting into his 40s, hell no. He said the game is stressful. There's another thing, these guys that fight throughout their career, late 30s, early 40s, this game never gets easier. Every fight never gets easier. The stresses and the nerves are always there. Like always, I don't know why they just keep throwing themselves into this game. It is crazy in my opinion. And while Whittaker, who's 29 years old, does have a retirement age in mind, if he starts losing on a consistent basis, especially via knockout, he will walk away from active competition much sooner.
Okay. All right, a lot of Whittaker stuff.
Yes.
Lots of
35, Moss. What do you think of that age to retire?
Oh, man. Well, considering he doesn't stay that active anymore, actually he's more active than he was. He's always getting hurt. So a guy that's constantly getting hurt over and over again and has mental health issues, it feels like that's far-fetched, but 29 years old.
It doesn't feel like he's 29 though, right?
Yeah, he's been around. It seems like he's been around forever.
Yeah,
so
it feels like he's so much older.
He was in the Ultimate Fighter. What was it? Wasn't like Australia versus Canada? God, when was that?
That was way before my time.
I remember watching. It was a shitty Ultimate Fighter, by the way. It also produced greats like who was that flowy haired feminine man that the UFC cut?
Elias Theodoro?
Theodoro was in that Ultimate Fighter. Also, the old man that retired. What the hell is his name? The Australian guy. Who else is in there? I'm trying to think who else. Oh, also the kid that looks like Justin Bieber, too. That fought Diego Sanchez was in that one. There's a lot of people in that one. It was a shitty Ultimate Fighter. But after watching that, I never thought Robert Whittaker was going to be the guy. Like, I never really thought so. And then what happens? He winds up winning the champion and becomes one of the better middleweight fighters. It's injuries. And when he fought Adesanya, the injury was in his brain. Like, he wasn't there. Just didn't feel like it. You know, take nothing away from Izzy. Izzy looked great in that fight. But I feel a clear-headed Whitaker would be more competitive for sure. Okay, let's move on from Whitaker. Getting too much airtime, Bobby.
Okay. According to MMA Junkie, Jack Hermanson explains the clear advantage that he has versus Kevin Holland in the UFC Fight Night bout coming up.
Wait, Jesse, can I just pause for a second here?
Sure.
We have 193 people watching, but I want to give a shout out to them members. Look at them beautiful little. Well, you can't see it over here. Let's put it on over here. They got like little badges next to their name.
He's so cute.
Look at that. All right, members, if you're in the chat, let yourself be seen here. I see Uncle Shep. What up, Uncle Shep and Pale and Uncle Savage, all the uncles in there. Drop your favorite emoji. Let's give a shout out. Let's pause the show for the members here.
Uncle Marker, Uncle Alex Lovell, Uncle Mike H, Tio Ganochi.
Where you at?
Uncle Champ, D Rest, Uncle Rahelio.
There they are, the members.
Woof.
Look at that. Look at that.
Members
Oh, Glide?
Our wonderful one. Oh, yeah, you got Salty Glide.
Glide,
Kiwi,
yeah.
Uncle Champ, Uncle Marker, Uncle Shep.
Look at them. Beautiful.
Uncle Savage. Woo, there's a lot of uncles in there too, Moss.
Yeah, beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. So shout out to the uncles and the members. Thank you very much for the beautiful memberships. You guys are all wonderful, wonderful.
Uncle Gozerian.
Yes.
Aunt Ann.
It's a beautiful
Uncle
thing.
Nicole.
Look at them. Beautiful people. Thank you for your support. Appreciate it. All right, back to the Joker.
All right. According to Farrah Hannon, your favorite, Moss.
Oh, she's on fire.
Of MMA Junkie, Jack Hermanson is confident that few fighters can hang with him on the mat. With an injury forcing Darren Till out of their UFC Fight Night main event on December 5th, Hermanson now is set to face the streaking Kevin Holland. Hermanson has 6 submission wins on his resume, with his most recent ones coming against jiu-jitsu black belts Gerald Mearshart, David Branch, and Kelvin Gastelum, all in the first round. While he rates Holland's skills highly, Hermanson thinks it'll be a quick night if the two hit the mat, and he's ready to remind everyone of the diversity in his game. Hermanson understands that facing unranked Holland is a high-risk, low-reward situation, but he insists on remaining active as he continues his campaign for a title shot.
The Joker. All right.
Joker. So who do you think, Kevin Holland or Jack Hermanson?
Listen, I got to go with Hermanson, but
Really?
I want Dave Chappelle to win.
That's a very
Smart pick. I want Dave Chappelle. I want Dave Chappelle to win. I really do. I'm a big fan of Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And I think his stand-up is great. We've been watching a little Chappelle show. So Chappelle getting the win, you know, going in there, badass, coming in short notice. Hell yeah. I'm down. But the Joker should win this fight.
Okay. Fair enough. Moving on, Moss. According to Guilherme Cruz of MMA Fighting, who wrote this article, says Davison Figueiredo reacts to Cody Garbrandt's withdrawal, Moss, and sees no danger in a slow Alex Perez.
Yeah, we were robbed, man. Cody Garbrandt going down.
Going AWOL.
That was fun. That would have been a fun fight. It sucks that couldn't happen.
Davison Figueiredo won't underestimate any challenger that steps into the octagon with him. That said, the UFC flyweight champion doesn't seem to think Alex Perez will bring any danger to the table at UFC 255. Perez agreed to replace injured Cody Garbrandt and face 125-pound title holder at the Las Vegas pay-per-view event on November 21st, and Figueiredo says he had a cold and calculating reaction to the news.
I just want to see that beautiful blonde hair again, Joseph.
Figueiredo said during an interview, with all due respect, Cody Garbrandt would have been more dangerous fight for me, but I was training to knock him out. Unfortunately, he got hurt, and I hope he recovers quickly so we can make this fight happen. Figueiredo still plans on giving the former bantamweight king a shot at his belt in 2021 so he can rip his head off and put an end to No Love's flyweight days.
Doesn't that seem a little violent?
Perez is standing between them, though. Perez won 6 of 7 bouts since joining the UFC in 2017, capped off by a first-round stoppage over Jessier Formiga, the only man to beat Deuce da Guerra in MMA. Asked if he has anything good to say about Perez's fighting style, a very honest Figueiredo, who beat Perez's only nemesis, Joseph Benavidez, twice in his past couple of bouts, said, "I don't see anything good for him." The Brazilian promises an insane brawl and first-round knockout in his first trip to Las Vegas. Perez was originally booked to face Brandon Moreno on the undercard of UFC 255, and the flyweight champion believes the Assassin Baby had a better case for a title shot than Perez.
I never thought that I would be more excited. What? Not about this guy. No, I'm not excited about this guy, but
Well, you should be. He got
I'm a little excited. Let's see. I never thought I'd be more excited about the flyweights over the bantamweights. I am. Like, when it comes to champion, I'd rather watch Figueiredo fight than Jan.
I disagree.
You are wrong. Figueiredo is fun. He is fun. Watching him beat Benavidez facing.
I just don't care
was
about
great.
flyweight anymore.
And by the way, Brandon Moreno and you got Alex Perez coming in and Pantoja and Askarov. You got these guys here that are they're good fighters. Royval's a fucking savage. Royval versus Moreno is going to be complete. Just save the date. When is that going down? That's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up.
All right, hold on a second. Is it this weekend?
Brandon Royval.
Well, I think that's on a pay-per-view though, right?
Versus.
Hold on. But honestly, I'd rather see Figueiredo over Jan. I'd rather see that champion is more exciting to me. I don't know why Colby Covington's here. All right. So, I don't think it's on this card. Right? What is on this card? By the way, we're reacting to this Saturday.
It's a pretty decent card, this Felder versus Adesanya's card.
They finally fixed it on the UFC website. The Ginger versus Freddie Mercury. All right. Look at these pictures. Oh,
What's
yeah,
wrong with
man. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's a little. How you doing, man? I don't know. It's I don't know. It's a little weird, right? These
They're
pictures
just the same as everybody else's pictures.
Is it me or do these pictures look like something off of a BBC porno, like Pornhub or some shit like that? I don't know, like Blacked magazine or something. I don't. It looks weird. And then you got this guy. Oh my God, you got some real lookers here. Look at these two broads. Wow. Holy moly. We got real lookers on this. Look, Justin Jr.'s buddy Eric Anders fighting on this card. Not the best looking people on this fight card, guys. I'm just going out there and saying that. This is not a good looking card, Jesse. Maybe good fights, and we'll watch. But goddamn, these are ugly motherfuckers. Maybe Williams might be the best looking guy on this card. What do you think?
I don't know.
All right, so they're not on this card, but we'll be reacting to it Saturday. All right, just have a little fun.
Wonderful.
But calm down.
Not the MMA-HOLES viewers, will you give a thumbs up to this live stream?
Yeah.
One like helps a chat member with their mental issues. Won't you help now? Hit the like button and make a whole. This message was paid for by the Justin Jr. Foundation.
That's right, it was. All right, hit the like button, friends. What are we at? We're at 108. We need 150. 150 likes, 192 watching. Let's go, people. Hit that like button. Smack it for a Wednesday night. All right, Figueiredo Perez.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not getting the fight we wanted, but Figueiredo's fighting. He's defending. We also have Shevchenko, which, holy shit, I completely forgot this was on the card. Hey, he touched me. Mike Perry, Tim Means. All right, not bad. Top 3. Balanced, I guess, right? Chukagian back in the mix. Bouncing back against Cynthia. Not bad. Not bad. Shogun,
Yeah.
Paul Craig. All right. It's not great. But you do get 2 title fights. Where's Figueiredo's belt?
He doesn't have one.
Where the hell is his belt? They stripped him. Okay.
All
Let's
right.
see the prelims. Hold on. Let's look. We're almost done.
There it is.
Oh, there they are. All right, this is the fight, boys. By the way, look at this. Joaquin Buckley, too, and Jordan Wright. Woo! Wow, the prelims are better. Look, you got these 2 broads. Easy on the eye, Shevchenko and Lipsky. Yeah, baby.
Wonderful.
Lipsky's going to destroy her. That's a silly fight.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Shevchenko is like a fucking can, dude. Like, it's just because she has her sister that she's
a canned dude?
She's a canned dude.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think she's not even nearly as good as her sister. Yeah, I think you're right on this one. The Queen of Vengeance.
Her sister's the only reason that she got up as quick as she did. Like, she's a fucking can.
But listen, it's a fappable fight, right? So the boys, if they don't like the matchup, they could just spank to it. I like this card, though. Actually, it's balanced. So what can you ask for, right? A balanced card.
Yes.
Now, is it something that you're going to be like, oh, my God, let me run and pay for this thing? I don't know, but It looks like it's a nicely bounced card, and if you don't want to pay for the pay-per-view, the prelims are pretty fiery. Joaquin Buckley, Jordan Wright. By the way, if you want to watch the fights, ESPN Plus, see that? ESPN Plus, you could watch it. Link in the description. Use our link. It'd be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
But this is good. This 1-2 punch is really good. Even these ladies, I'm interested. Now, over here, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I don't really know much about these guys. Is this guy like a Contender Series guy? Yes. Do you recall this guy? I don't recall him.
I do not recall.
He's 7-0. I think he's a Contender Series guy.
I don't know.
I guess. Justin Jr., please jump in and help us out. All right. Anyway, that's that card.
Okay.
Let's go into the next story.
All right. So remember the girl who fought last night?
No.
Yes, you do.
Of course I do, Jesse. It was last night.
People are claiming her as the next Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, but she could punch.
And she has like sick judo. Sick, Moss. So according to Jesse Holland of MMA Mania, they're injecting a new life into its 115-pound division thanks to a brand new contract with once beaten strawweight sensation Luana Pinera Bread. But the Brazilian may not have ever made it to Dana White's Contender Series last Tuesday night had she not grown up watching former women's bantamweight Ronda Rousey, who served as an inspiration. Panera Bread has now captured 6 straight wins, with her 2 last victories ending by way of knockout. Not bad for a combatant who's known for her judo. So the fact that she's extremely well-rounded makes people keep their eyes on her a little more.
Listen, she fought a nobody. Come on. She smoked a nobody, but I mean, come on. Are we getting a little ahead of ourselves here? She fought a nobody. 8-6-0. Come on. Let's all relax. Yeah, she ran her over.
They changed her picture.
Oh, they did change her picture.
Maybe because we were making fun of the picture.
Maybe. Now she's 8-1-0. I mean, yeah, she looked great, but can we just let her fight the next Ronda Rousey? What in the holy hell? What are we doing here? Stop it. I'm not falling for that trap. She could be good. But Jesus, let's all settle down.
All right, last but not least, according to Steven Morocco of MMA Fighting, Scott Coker is leaning toward Phil Davis versus Vadim Nemkov 2, but Ryan Bader and Corey Anderson is on deck. What do you think of that, Moss? Ryan Bader and Corey Anderson is on deck to replace...
Are you talking about Bellator?
Bellator.
If I'm not mistaken, wasn't the Phil Davis fight boring the first time around?
I don't know.
Bader versus Corey, I like. I do like that fight. That's a little creamy for me. But I mean, why isn't Corey Anderson just throw him to Nemkov? Right? Why do we got to rematch this thing? Let's bump up the nips. Bump the nips up. Yeah, put the nips up. Put the nips up. I guess you don't want to see Bader versus Davis again. That was boring as well. Phil Davis, man, he's a good athlete. He's a specimen to look at. But goddamn, has he put me to sleep so many fights. Like, when was the last time you got excited about a Phil Davis fight? It's terrible.
All the time, Moss. I always look up Phil Davis to see when he's going to fight again.
He's terrible, man. Like, he's very good. He's a good athlete, and he does what he has to do to win. You know, I'll give him credit for being an excellent athlete, but Jesus. Let's see. Bellator is tomorrow night. What do you say? Little reaction to Bellator. Let's see. You got Pitbull. There was only like 3 fights on this main card last we looked. I think this is it right here, right? So Pitbull versus Carvalho. Weichel versus Sanchez. Amasa versus Storley. And that's it. 1, 2, 3. That's it. 3 fights. So we'll see you for 3 fights tomorrow. No, we'll do a quickie. In and out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Also, if you want to watch one championship, John Lineker is fighting. In case you were interested in that. All right. Is that it for the stories?
That's it, Moss.
All right, people. Hit that subscribe button if you're not. We'll be back tomorrow night. We'll be back Friday night. We'll be back for the UFC. We're always here.
And we will be live on Justin Jr.'s channel at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Oh!
Wait, what?
Tomorrow.
Justin Jr.
962.
What is he going to ask us?
He wanted us on there, Moss.
Justin Jr. All right. Hit me with the ones in the chat if you'll be around for that interview on Justin Jr.'s channel. And we'll see you, I guess,
you better go fucking watch.
tomorrow morning, right?
Yes.
Or tomorrow afternoon.
Yes, tomorrow afternoon. As always, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for supporting us, because we are a fan-funded show and we would not be here without you, and all the fucktards wouldn't have a place to troll around without you guys. So thank you so much for always being here, always giving us a like, always subscribing and hanging around. As always, you know the drill. We'll be live tomorrow, Justin Jr.'s channel, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and Bellator over here. So make sure you're subscribed. Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.